as we are getting into, moving along with our year and moving along also with our resolution, many are finding themselves not achieving what they wanted to achieve up to now and letting go of their resolution. Or, some people actually didn't take a resolution. I actually call them just a decision that I'm making, but they actually don't take any decisions because they failed in the past, and why bother? So there's really 3 main reasons why we fail at our resolutions. And I would really like you to take the time today to sink it in and say, okay, which one of these mistakes could I maybe be doing? So the first mistakes that we make in terms of setting resolution is that we think of outputs instead of inputs. So outputs are things or results that I do not own. What we want to measure and what we actually own and what's under our control are inputs, our actions. Let me give you an example. I have many entrepreneurs say, hey, I want to have X number of clients this year, or I want to generate X number of revenue this year. That is an output. The input is, what do I need to do to make that happen? What is under my control that I need to put in to get that output? So I don't control if somebody becomes a client or not. But what do I control? The number of leads that I identify, the follow-ups that I do with my prospects. Is my marketing well aligned? Is my positioning clear? What are the inputs that I have? So my challenge number 1 here is to look at your goals that you've set out for this year and ask yourself, are they inputs or outputs? And if they are outputs, bring them into input, things that you control. The second reason that we fail at our resolution or our goals is that it's just too big. We actually don't know where to start, how to start the project, the mandate, or whatever. So what does the brain do when it actually doesn't know? It just shuts down. It stops. It procrastinates. It does something else. It will fill up the calendar and say, you don't have time because, there's so many things. It's because it's just too big. So I like to break things down on a weekly basis, and that it's so small that you cannot not do it. I remember when we did our rebranding 2 years ago. Actually, we're coming on 2 years ago. One of my goal input that I had for that week was book a meeting with your copywriter, Sarah. That was it. It was so stupid, so small that I couldn't not do it. So look at your goal. So we've all heard the expression, how do you eat an elephant 1 bite at a time? Well, it's the same thing with your resolutions, with your goals for the week. How can I break it down that it's so simple, borderline stupid, that I can't not do it? So breaking it down. When it's too big, the brain doesn't know what to do with it. The brain doesn't start. And then we actually don't build momentum. And if I see that, oh no, I haven't achieved that. I haven't achieved that monthly goal, that weekly goal. What happens is that why bother? I'm not going to achieve. I didn't achieve the other one. Which brings us to our third mistakes that we do when we set intention, when we set our goals and our resolutions, is to do it in a place. Here's how I want to word it. We often take decisions from a place of lack and not a place from abundance. What does it mean? I want to get more clients. Yeah, because I'm not making enough money right now. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm taking it from a place of lack as opposed to in a place of abundance. I want to be able to help more. I want to be able to live certain experiences. I want to be able to give more. I want to be able to contribute more. So many of our resolutions actually drain us down because they come from a place of lack. So this week, my invitation is look at your resolutions, the goals, the decisions, call them however you want, what you've decided for 2022. And filter, am I making these mistakes? Am I measuring and am I setting them up as output versus input? Are they too big that I don't even know what to do with them? What's the concrete action? Should I bring them smaller, tangible? The brain doesn't like intention. It doesn't work in intention. It works in action. And third, is it a decision? Is it a resolution that I'm making from a place of lack or from a place of abundance? When we calculate and we set on input, putting ourselves in a winning situation that I can do this small action, and it's from a place of abundance, you will see how those resolutions, those decisions, you move towards them so much faster because you build that momentum. You actually own it and you have fun doing it. And those are ingredients for success, for achieving, for progress. And when we actually have those momentum, those elements, we create momentum. And when we create momentum, that is when we see that so much more is possible. Thank you for being here week after week, and I will see you next Tuesday.